There is a new Egyptian king on the block, and his name is Omar Marmoush. What a player! Newcastle versus Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium finished 4-0 to Manchester City, with Omar Marmoush getting the first half hat-trick, a hat-trick in 17 minutes, and obviously James McAtee getting the fourth. It was a brilliant performance from Manchester City. I'll be looking at the stats right now. Manchester City really put one on Newcastle. Newcastle that have been in form recently got them absolutely demolished by the class in Manchester City. We obviously saw Edison for the first goal get an assist. Omar Marmoush gets the ball. Edison plays the ball over the top. Omar finds Omar Marmoush, who is one-on-one with the keeper. Keeper comes out, lobs the keeper. Simple goal. Before it even goes in the net, he's running to the corner flag because he knows he's scored. That's the brilliance. Obviously, the second goal, Gundogan plays the ball in a pocket. Omar Marmoush looks like he'll curve it to the far corner, but just hits it to the close corner, deflects off Trippier and goes in. 2-0 Manchester City. And then 32nd minute, Omar Marmoush, Savinho runs down the flank against Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall, who's probably arguably the best left back in the league this season. Savinho runs past him like he's one of those standing men in training, crosses the ball. Obviously, guess who's there? Omar Marmoush to top off his hat-trick. Brilliant performance from him. Obviously, in the second half, City went into gear 2. Just wanted to see out the results. Corner comes in, Erling Haaland flicks it. James McAtee's there, hits it in. I think it was a brilliant performance, especially from all three of City's new signings. And KHUSANOV had an amazing game. The mini Rodri, as Pep Guardiola says, NICO Gonzalez in the middle. Apparently, there's only been 2 occasions where a Man City player has had 100 plus passes, 95% plus pass accuracy, and 10 passes into the final third. Rodri when City won 4-0 against Fulham, and now NICO Gonzalez when City won 4-0 against Newcastle. It was a brilliant display from NICO Gonzalez. Pep Guardiola calling him the mini Rodri. He said City have been looking at him since he's been at La Masia, Barcelona Academy, but finally they've managed to get him. I think it will be a brilliant partnership next season when Rodri comes back with Nico and Rodri. I think Nico will push into the 8, will be able to run box to box more because that's what he loves to do. But right now he had a brilliant performance. Rico Lewis Redemption had a brilliant performance. KHUSANOV had a brilliant performance. John Stones, that centre back door was brilliant. Isak was limited to I think 1 shot in the game, which John Stones blocked, which was brilliant. Guardiola, stellar performance as always. Gundogan, brilliant performance. Phil Foden had a decent performance, not his best, but he had a great performance. Savinho cooked Lewis Hall on that side. Obviously, Erling Haaland with an assist. A bit of a fright when he went down holding his knee, but obviously he walked off fine, so hopefully he'll be ready for the Real Madrid game on Wednesday. And obviously a stellar, absolute class performance from Omar Marmoush. Obviously, we look at the Newcastle team: Dubravka, Shaw, Dan Burn, Lewis Hall, Trippier, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, Joe Willock, Gordon, Isak and Murphy. Obviously, they've been devastating, with that lineup, they've beaten Arsenal 3 times. Arsenal haven't scored a goal, but City have managed to obviously score 4 goals. Newcastle have been in great form, winning 12 of the last 14 games. City obviously, having lost 1 game in their last 7 to had come into this game after a loss to Real Madrid at the Etihad. What a way to bring the performance, bring the fans up, going onto the Bernabeu on the Tuesday. It will be brilliant. I thought the game against Real Madrid, I thought Omar Marmoush would start because I think he's a class player. think as Pep Guardiola said in his press conference today, that they've been looking for that player. Obviously, the sporting director Tiki's been saying Marmoush is a good player because he attacks that. I always admire when Pep plays two skillful wingers that run at the opponent, because that run at their defenders, because I think that makes defenders think, especially with Savinho, Lewis Hall trying to prevent him from going onto his right foot, but Savinho could also go onto his left foot. So it was a horrible day for Lewis Hall. Savinho crossing balls in. He obviously had Marmoush in pockets. Because Erling Haaland's presence, he would attract defenders to him, which left Marmoush free to run into that space. And that's what Pep Guardiola also talked about, that Marmoush is a player that loves to run into spaces. So obviously Erling Haaland attracts defenders, which leaves spaces open for obviously Marmoush. I think he had a brilliant performance. As I said, Stones and KHUSANOV prevented Isak from doing much in the game, which was really good. I think obviously we saw Ruben Diaz and Ake weren't fully fit yet. We know that Manuel Kanji might be out for the season. Jack Grealish is still picking up a bit of a knock. I think NICO will start against Real Madrid. Savinho will start. Foden will start. Marmoush, Haaland if he is fit. I think they may play Bernardo Silva, but I think Gundogan had a great game in there too. Stones will play. If Diaz is back, I think he will play. And we might see a surprising KHUSANOV at right back for the Real Madrid game against Vinny. Obviously, Guardiola will keep his place. We saw Edison with a brilliant performance again today. Obviously, the three redemptions in Rico Lewis, the two redemptions in terms of Rico Lewis and Edison after their mistakes. It was a brilliant performance from the whole team in general. Hopefully, we can carry this on to the Bernabeu. One goal down, maybe we could do something. Stranger things have happened, obviously, so we'll have to see how that game goes. Hopefully we can get the win at the Bernabeu. Please remember to like, comment, share, algorithm, and thank you. See you in the next video. Peace out.